Hi everybody, it's me Liz with 143 Handmade, and I'm here today to work on my Darlene Michaud Block of the Month Club block. This is the specialty block in the center. I did do it slightly different than hers, so I'm going to run you through my differences, and then I will get back with you after I do all the cutting for the next part. Okay, so for this part, I did it essentially the same way she did, only I did take her suggestion and go with the larger squares. Because she ended up making hers with a smaller square, and then she recommended using a bigger square for the snowballing. So there's that, and then for the stem, I have I used her method of the make four half square triangles, and then I sewed them together, and then I have this wide strip here. Now what I'm going to do though for the stem is I'm going to place my fabric. Let's see, make sure I'm putting it right side up. Yep, I want it that way. Okay, well first of all, I'm gonna trim it just slightly because I've got a big step out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim that up. I'm not worried about making it exactly straight. I am a messy crafter. So if that's not your flavor, you're in the wrong spot. But if you want to see how a messy crafter gets stuff done, this is the place for you. Okay, so we have it the right side up. I'm going to flip it wrong sides together. And this edge is the top, because these are the way the leaves are pointing up. I'm going to put that edge basically at the halfway point on there. In between there, and then on this end I'm going to kick it out to where it's not quite at the edge of that fabric, you know, because I don't want that wide of a stem. But I'm going to do a slight angle there. Here we go. Nope, my seam flipped. There we go, get the strings out of the way. There we go. Get my leader ender back under there. I've just been using the same one and it's getting gross. I need to, well, not gross, just really tough, you know? And so I need to get a new one. But yeah, so I've done that at an angle, as you can see. And see, now when I flip this open, the stem is narrower at the top than at the bottom. It's not quite as narrow as I was going for, but that's okay. And I actually love that my leaves are not lined up. I love that. It's because that's just so more natural, right? And so what I will do at this point is I will go and I will iron this, and then I will trim the bottom to a flat. And, well, actually, before I even bother doing that, I will go ahead and sew these oversized background pieces to the edge, and then that way I can just press it all at once. So, there we go. I'll probably press it that way. And then I'm just going to take this super wide piece and anchor it to this side. This one's kind of hard to tell which is the right side, but that's okay. And here we go. See, now when I go to press it and trim it, I know it will definitely be big enough. Right? Bumped my elbow a little bit. There we go. Okay. So see how that's going to fit together? So what I'll do is after I press this one, I will decide, rewatch the video a little bit or look at my notes and figure out how wide it was supposed to be. I'll trim that down, and then I'll use this extra to make this one wider, and then I will attach the two units. So I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to take this little piece that I cut just a random width and sew it to the one side. Just like so. And then again, I'm just going to randomly, or put this random size piece on this other side. That way I can anchor it. And just cut it down to size, cut it to match. There we go. Okay, I'm going to press and be right back. Okay, now I've pressed it, and I didn't even bother to trim it. I mean, I could, you know, just do a quick trim right there, but it wasn't even necessary because I have a nice clean cut edge there. And so now I just make sure I know that I want the seam to be somewhere on the stem. It doesn't even matter if it's like exactly on the stem. The stem doesn't need to be 100% even, you know, 100% perfect. So actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and just line up these edges and let it be a little bit wonky, because I love that. I love wonkiness. You know, life is not perfect, and we need to embrace that in our sewing on a level that I don't know that everybody does, but I definitely do. So, here we go. Ooh, don't want my seam to flip up funny. There we go. Okay, and off on our ender. I really need to do another one of those cut. And here we go. So I'm going to press it and trim it. And thank you so much for joining me for my subtle difference and of the center block. Oh, I need to add a little bit on the top and bottom too. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have now sewn it all together. I've added the border on the top. Mine ended up being a little bit bigger than hers, so I'm not going to add a background piece to the bottom, but I will be adding the white to it when I go to do the next step, because my littles are here. That's what I call my granddaughters, my grandbabies. They're my littles, my little people. So because my littles are here, you know, things are going a little bit wonky, and I'm super busy, and it's awesome, but it is, you know, chaotic. That's what littles do, right? So I decided to do this a three-parter, just like Darlene did with the May block. So we've got our tulip section, and I will finish it up when I do the next section with the background, and then there will be a part 3 where I actually do my whatever stitching I decide to do on this one. So thank you so much. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys coming along with me on this journey, and I will see you again soon.